How's it going, guys? Python Selkin here. Today we'll be talking about a very interesting subject, taking us back in time to the very first God of War, released back in 2005. Very much like in Norse mythology, the Greek world had plenty of surprises, and one particular character that stood out from the rest was the mysterious grave digger, who we all believed to be Zeus in disguise. From the very first time we saw him, the gravedigger was aiding Kratos with a means to escape his death, digging a grave that would lead right into the underworld. He knew Kratos' fate would lead him there. But how much of that same fate did the gravedigger exactly know? After retrieving Pandora's box, Kratos would eventually rain chaos on Olympus, where he'd murder most of the Olympian gods, including the king of the gods himself. But what we should be asking is, would Zeus have dug that grave if he truly knew where Kratos' path would lead? What if this wasn't Zeus, but Odin's plan all along? Odin went to great lengths to gain wisdom and all-seeing knowledge, and one of the sacrifices he underwent to gain such a price was losing one of his eyes. Like Zeus, Odin is known for plenty of disguises throughout the Norse mythology. His only flaw was that his missing eye remained recognizable through his deceptions. Now, in most of Odin's depictions, the All-Father is seen missing his left eye, while in the original God of War, the gravedigger has a right white eye. However, in God of War Ghost of Sparta, the gravedigger's missing eye was mysteriously changed to his left one, perfectly matching Odin's missing eye, and making this theory actually possible. In addition to this, we can also notice that the gravedigger is holding a shovel, which could be reminiscent of Odin carrying a staff. One should keep in mind that God of War Ghost of Sparta was released right after God of War 3, the game which ended the Greek mythology saga, with most of the gods being murdered by Kratos. Anticipating the future of the series, this could have led the Santa Monica team to start thinking ahead for the franchise, starting with Ghost of Sparta, with Odin posing as the gravedigger, potentially being an awesome bridge to Norse mythology.
What have I become?
Death, the destroyer of worlds.
But appearance aside, what would Odin's purpose be in all this? In his sacrifice for wisdom and knowledge, Odin became a collector of prophecies as he tries to control fate by knowing the future, which is how he foresaw Ragnarok and his death. Odin could have known about the Greek gods, and the reason he might have helped Kratos as the gravedigger is that he was using him to do his own dirty work, bringing the Olympian gods to an end. That way, Odin would avoid a war between the Aesir gods and the Greek gods.
Who are you?
So, you have the blades, the skin as pale as the moon. You are the one indeed. Perhaps Athens will survive at that.
Odin being the gravedigger would actually explain a plot inconsistency from the original trilogy as to why the gravedigger, if he was Zeus, would help Kratos return from the underworld to stop the rebellious Ares, yet he was unable to foresee the destruction of Olympus being caused by the next God of War.
Zeus, your son has returned! I bring the destruction of Olympus!
On the other hand, Odin being the culprit behind all this would make for a fascinating twist of events, and the gravedigger's role would fit in perfectly.
What fools! What fools! And you, the biggest fool of all, Kratos.
Overall, this is a very cool theory that could turn the franchise upside down if true. Let's not forget that the Norse God of War, Tyr, also spent some time in Greece. But what if there is more behind his travels, and he might actually have been there in search for Odin, who was disguised as the Gravedigger and keeping tabs on Kratos? Food for thought. Now, as an honest opinion, we think the Gravedigger was always meant to represent Zeus in disguise, with no further thought behind it. In fact, choosing the Gravedigger costume in the combat arena for Ghost of Sparta even reveals him to be Zeus. But then again, retcons for the sake of storytelling do happen, and it's certainly curious that the Gravedigger's missing eye was changed to match Odin's missing eye in Ghost of Sparta, 5 years after his first appearance. And considering the constant emphasis on the All-Father being all-seeing and all-knowing, this could end up being a very cool plot twist in the God of War franchise. So you never know, guys.
I care little for the gods.
And yet you walk beside them.
I did not ask for the throne of Ares.
You were given the honor to walk among the gods, and yet you spit on it like it was dirt.
The gods can keep their honor.
With that being said, what are your thoughts on this theory? Do you think there's more to the Gravedigger being Zeus than meets the eye? And would you like to see or hear more of the Greek world in God of War Ragnarok? Let us know your thoughts and theories in the comment section down below. We hope you enjoyed this video, and for all the latest from the God of War series, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. We'll return the favor with content you won't find anywhere else.
Who are you?
Now that is an interesting question.
Thank you all for watching. Until we meet again, keep standing tall, Spartans. Python and Selkin, out.
Be revealed in good time. And when all appears to be lost, Kratos, I will be there to help.